It's a go. It's a go. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's get this thing going. What's up, y'all? I am your boy Kato. That's Mav, and this is the Convo with Mav and Kato. Um, I'm gonna be honest, man. Today we kind of gonna get into we kind of gonna start this thing off um a, 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 a little down because it's a lot of negative stuff going on, and we do have to speak on that. So first things first, man. I want to just be honest about something. You know, I stand for black people and I stand for what black people believe in. I'm not one of the people that's out on the front lines, you know what I mean? The way I believe in doing things is, I'm more like the donating type. So, I've donated to the Colin Kaepernick Know Your Rights campaign. I also donated to Harry Belafonte's foundation called Sanka. If you don't know who Belafonte is, I want you to go ahead and Google that. But and I also want to say I want to salute my son, Tamika Mallory and Linda Sarsour. These are people that's out on the front line fighting for me and you, even though they don't even know us, man. Every time something, some police brutality or something weird go on or whatever, those three people that I named, they always on the front line. So yeah, I want to salute them. And before we forget, I want to say R.I.P to George Floyd. That was a real effed up situation, man. So yeah, I just wanted to start off with that. But anyway, Mav, how you doing, man? How life treating you?
How can life treat all of us right now? You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like,
Exactly. Right.
as far as being a black male living in America,
Right. Right.
um, like you just said, R.I.P. to George Floyd.
Yeah.
Big
Definitely.
Floyd, if you don't know who he was in the
Uh huh.
music scene, you know what I mean? I've heard of him, I've seen him.
Uh huh.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he even made a damn porn.
Mm.
So yeah, I've heard that name, and and of being a father of two black
Right.
male,
Right.
one being 17
Mm-hmm.
and the other one being, well, I guess I could say 12 in December.
Right.
It's it's almost frustrating, bro. Like to still be having those type of conversations with your son.
Yeah.
Like
Yep. Definitely.
you gotta sit up straight, stand right, talk right
Yep.
when they stop you. Don't
Yep.
be belligerent to them and shit like that.
Yep.
And even when you, as the child, you know, knows these things, and God forbid it happens to you one day,
Mm-hmm.
and you do these things that your father has told you, but these cops like Chauvin, however you pronounce his name,
Uh huh.
he still feels like he's above the law and take it into his hands to do what he wants to do, regardless of what you are saying,
I
as
I
far as
agree.
being heard and shit like that. And I really thought the only conversation that I would ever really have with my kids, is the same damn conversation about the birds and the bees. But it's ironic that I didn't have to have that kind of conversation.
Right.
It's fucked up that the conversation that I have to have with them is about how to behave themselves in society when they come in contact with the law.
You know
And I
what?
shouldn't.
Just to cut you off for a quick second, we got to give that coward the credit that he deserves, man. Say his name loud and clear. His name is Derek Chauvin, and he was charged with third-degree murder, which is bullshit because that was first-degree murder. He put his knee on that man's neck and he killed him.
Well, he has multiple charges, not just one. You have to
Exactly.
look at it
I
right.
heard about that too.
So
Yep.
he has third degree and second degree.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he even have manslaughter.
Hmm.
Regardless of what we say, bro, he's looking at 25 years.
Well, you know what? I think he deserved way more than that. I mean, that I'm sorry. It may be some people that don't agree with what I'm saying, but I do believe in hey, you sat there and you murdered a man because that's what you felt like you wanted to do. So at the end of the day, I think he should be getting life in prison. 25 years ain't shit. I don't think it's enough. Should be
I don't
getting
think
life.
it's I don't think it's enough neither.
Yeah.
But looking at his age and
Uh-huh.
knowing that he's not going to survive in there, I don't like to wish harm on nobody,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what you did.
Right.
But facts are facts.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason why I say that is because um about 30 minutes ago, I received a notification about him being moved to a maximum facility.
Okay.
So let me see if I got this correctly, real quick. Give me a second.
Okay. But yeah, while you looking for that, man, I just want to say, I also want to say R.I.P to Breonna Taylor. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really too. I don't know exactly what happened in that situation. I just feel like it's some real bullshit because
My bad, my
if I
bad.
am
They
mistaken, she had nothing to do with it, right?
hold on. They transported him to a maximum security prison, so therefore
Okay.
they already know the outcome of what may happen to him or what will happen to him if
You
he's transferred into
you know what, man. Honestly, cops do so much bullshit, man, and at the end of the day, they be getting away with it, and they don't end up doing any time. So you know what? If that cat do 15 years, I feel like it was some type of justice. I'm gonna be honest with you because normally they don't give them shit, you know,
you
and
know.
that's why I gotta salute Mayor Keisha Bottoms. We love you, baby. Because when she saw the video of those two cops doing that to those college students in Atlanta, she fired those guys because you know why? Because they deserve to be fired. At the end of the day, she looked at that video and said, "You know what? This is wrong." And I'm sorry, the police department is somewhere where you can't have bad apples. You see what I'm saying? Like it can't be no
A
bad apples, bro. You
law,
got to be
law.
on
I
point with your
feel,
job. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to treat everybody with respect.
I feel
And that
like
guy was clearly not treating those college students with respect, man. And he got what he deserved. Excuse me, they got what they deserve. And go ahead. I'm sorry, but I'm
no,
gonna
you
look their
good, you
names
good,
up and I'm gonna give them the credit they deserve. Go ahead.
you good. I just feel like when you part of the government, when you part of that system, period, you are already held to a high standard. Because I mean, first and foremost, all these guys, all these men and women that are in these type of careers, as far as nursing, law enforcement, government. I mean, as far as like being a senator, governor, and shit like that, they all have some type of a college degree, you know.
Yeah.
And if you hold yourself to a higher standard than those who don't have a college degree, then damn it, I'm gonna hold you to that fucking standard. And you're supposed to be some kind of a role model. You feel me? So be one. Why you go off on these celebrities when they do something stupid and fuck up, but then they nobody can't touch you when you do something stupid and fuck up because you feel like you in a higher authority, like your power means everything. And see, to me, that's that's the word that fucks a lot of people up. That
I
word
agree.
power,
I
you
agree.
know, like we hear that shit. We heard that shit from Spider-Man, bro. With great powers come great responsibilities, my nigga.
And you
Like,
know what? Before I forget, let me go ahead and give these cowards the credit that they deserve, man. Those two officers' name, they were Ivory Streeter and Mark Gardner. Those were the two officers that got fired
and
for
they were
using
and they were
excessive force for no reason in Atlanta.
and they were black guys, right? Black cops, right?
And they were black guys. But you know what? I'm gonna be 100 with you, man. I was actually just at the barbershop and I just told them the same thing, dude. Don't get it twisted, bro. I have been in the situations where, dude, the white cop saved me,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
that's real spill.
listen.
That's real spill.
I have been in that situation
Yeah,
myself. That's why I can say, people abuses their powers, bro. Like they
I
don't.
totally agree. I
And you
totally
got
agree.
And believe it or not, man, like when you hear a nigga walking down the street talking about some, oh man, you fucked up ass cracker, you the type of nigga who got beat up in school and got bullied and shit. So now
Mm-hmm.
you got this little bit of power. You could,
Mm-hmm.
half of the time, bro, that shit do be true. It
Yeah,
do be
I
those
think that
who,
I think sometimes that is a true statement. Definitely.
yeah. But see
Unfortunately.
that, and see the thing is though, like these guys, when they have that type of power, if they were ever bullied or ever mistreated when they were younger, and now they
Uh-huh.
have that kind of authority and that kind of power, they're gonna take it out on everybody else, you, especially if you, the victim at the time,
Right.
resembles and set up some kind of trigger and click, you know what I'm saying, click some kind of
Right.
trigger in their mind
Right.
that sets them off back to that age. They
Exactly.
haven't grown up from that shit. They haven't
Yep.
forgiven they bullies or their
Yep.
aggressors back then for that shit, you know, and it
Yep.
hurts the future. It hurts our future and their future in the long run.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that is something that happened with Officer. What you say his name? Chauvin.
Yes. Yeah. Derek
I'm,
Chauvin.
and this is not the first incident. This is not the first time. I'm not
Hmm.
sitting here trying to stick up for him whatsoever, but
Right.
there
Right.
is something seriously wrong with that man. You
No,
feel me?
I agree. I agree, bro. I
I
agree.
got
I think that officers need to have more. Number one, I think they need to have more training, and number two, dude, they're human beings and they have mental illness. You know, just like other people do, man. I think they need to go through a more strenuous evaluation. You know what I mean? I think those
listen.
guys be having like real issues.
They do. Listen,
Yeah.
I got friends that are officers and deputies, right,
Right.
for Hillsborough County, and two of them, which being sheriffs,
Okay.
they deputies, and they, you know, I'm sitting here just having a casual conversation with them. They know I smoke, they chill,
Uh
as
huh.
long as I don't disrespect them to where they
Exactly.
have to use that authority.
Exactly. Yep.
We're fine. We
But you
sit
know
there, we
what?
drink, we
That
talk.
that's kind
Hold
of
on, check this
hey,
out. Check this out though.
that's kind of like when you have a boss. You can have a boss that's cool as a fan, but at the
Yeah,
same
but
time, you know it's a line that you can't cross with them.
you just can't cross that line. Even if
Yeah.
they let you cross that line, you still
Yep.
can't cross it. You know that just because they say, "Oh man, you could be you, be yourself." I'm gonna be myself to a minimum because I know you at a position to where if I do something, I'm putting you, a friend of mine, in
Hmm.
a position to where you have to
You
do
have to do
something,
something. I agree. I
and it
totally
makes
agree.
you feel bad. And me, and you know, at that moment in time, I may not understand that that's your job, and I just violated you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I
So
agree.
I get that. So you know, we just having a general conversation. I was
I
like,
agree.
man, why every time y'all pull a motherfucker over and start fucking with a bitch, like y'all, you know, it's like y'all take everybody in, even if this person was not involved into the situation.
Uh huh.
They told me straight up, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. When you growing up in the hood, it was the same shit. Birds of a feather flocks together.
Yeah.
So
I could believe that.
you can be a straight A fucking student in
Hmm.
high school, and you got a cousin or a friend who's a dope boy. He just so happened to see you walking down the street and you
Yep.
stop and say, "What's up?"
Yep.
You get knocked off too just
Yep.
because
Exactly.
you associate with them.
Just cut. Yeah.
So,
For association.
so
If
he
I ain't
said
mistaken, isn't that called racketeering? That's exactly what racketeering is, bro. Is you going down for a
something like that.
crime guilty of association.
I gotta look that word up, but I believe it's something different. But you might be right or close to it.
Well, I'll tell
But
you what. You go ahead and finish talking, cause
you're gonna look it
I want
up.
to make
Good.
sure what I'm saying is is
But
correct.
yeah,
Hold on.
so I told him, I was like, so you know, if that's the case, then you know, what it'll be if they pull me over or if they caught me in the midst of an action,
Right.
they'll give me a chance to explain myself because they know who I am and they
Okay.
know I would know better than that.
Okay.
Even some officers or deputies that you have dealt with in the past, you know, if they stopped you right now, they know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
They know the type of shit that you would get yourself involved in. So if
But
they you
see,
get caught,
that's the whole reason why they say that we need more people from our community to become cops. You see what I'm saying? Because when you have the people
it's
from
not
the community
no
policing the community, you might
no.
have a better chance of, like you said, of you messing around and you seeing
I
that guy and
disagree.
saying, you know
I
what, Derek, I
disagree,
seen
bro.
what you did. Go on home. You don't need to be doing like
I
basically they'll be
disagree.
looking out for you more.
I disagree, man. I believe it's the ones from your community that'll hurt you even more
Okay.
because they already know you.
Yeah,
So
and
they'll
it's
be
always that side
looking
too.
for you. You know
It's
what I mean?
always
And
that side too.
I
Yep.
feel like it's better when someone else comes in and actually takes the time to get to know the community,
Yeah.
get to know the
Yeah.
people in the community. That way it shows us that, okay, this ain't somebody who just grew up here. This is somebody who's actually come in to do some work. They getting to know the people. They're
Okay.
introducing themselves, you know, like for example, right now, dude, I could tell you one fucking police chief who's gonna get reelected, and that is, I think his name was
I
Grady
know
or
who you finna say.
Grandy.
Yeah. You talking about
Yeah,
Grady Judd.
yeah, bruh.
Yeah, they love him.
That motherfucker finna get reelected just because
Yeah.
people in Polk County love guns.
They yeah,
If you think he
and
gonna
they
come
love
up in
Grady Judd.
here,
Period.
I what he said, what's the words that he said, bro? Because I don't want to fuck them. I want to get the right words, but
Yeah.
he gave the motherfuckers the okay to shoot a bitch if you step in their yard.
Allegedly he
No,
did that.
no, no, he
Yeah.
did. You mustn't see the press conference.
Okay.
Bruh, I sat there and watched that bitch about 3 times. That
Okay.
motherfucker said that shit.
Okay.
I know he said it's something. I forgot the word he used, but
Mhm.
he allows them to use their deadly force. He allows
Well,
them.
hey, I understand that. I definitely understand that. At the end of the day, bro, I don't have any problem with somebody getting a concealed weapons license. You know what I mean? Going to the shooting range. You know what I'm saying? And like knowing what you're doing. It to me, it's just all about the knowledge of knowing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Hey, before we get too far off, I want to explain what racketeering is. It says here, it says racketeering is a criminal activity in which a person or organization engages in racket. A racket is when the criminal creates a problem for others for the purpose of solving that problem by some type of extortion.
Yeah,
The person or organization who engages in the racket is called a racketeer.
yeah. See, I knew it wasn't what you were saying,
Yeah, yeah.
but you get what they talking about though, right?
I get exactly what they're saying. Definitely.
Oh, Breonna Taylor.
Okay, let's speak on it.
She was a medic.
Okay.
She had pretty much just got home from a 12-hour shift, if I'm not mistaken,
Uh-huh.
sleeping through the night, and the police bust through her door. And when they bust through the door, they caught her, I guess, coming down or coming to see what happened,
Uh-huh.
and they popped her in the head, and they popped her several times. Um, I believe that's where they shot her, but I know they killed her on site.
Yeah, see, I heard
Um,
about that too.
but
I heard
check
they kicked in the wrong fucking door, right?
check this out though. Not only they kicked in the wrong door, it wasn't like, oh, they kicked in the next door neighbor. They kicked in the wrong door in a whole different side of town.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Oh, that's not even the kicker. That's not even the kicker. You ready for the kicker?
I'm ready.
The man they was looking for was in their custodies for 2 days.
So Breonna Taylor basically, R.I.P. to
Lost,
Breonna Taylor,
she lost her life
basically
for no
died
reason.
for completely no reason. See
No
what I'm
reason.
talking? See, that's the type of man, that's that bullshit. Those officers
Now,
need to go to prison for life.
what I
That's the
want
type of
to
shit I be
what
talking
I
about
want to
right there.
know is what I want to know is how in the fuck did you not run this man's name and find out that he was in your custody,
Exactly.
bro? Like he
And
should be
see
in your
that's what
system.
me and my brother was talking about. We like, dude, I'm sorry. You going to kick in somebody's door, you need to make sure you are at the exact place you need to be. Period. And
Yeah,
for you not being precise and knowing exactly where you should be at, then
at
yeah, I
all.
think you need to pay those consequences. You killed that young lady for no fucking reason.
And
And they
see,
should sue the fuck out of that police department.
I
Period.
understand. I understand when you go in and breach, which is the proper term for it. When you
Uh-huh.
breach a dwelling,
Okay.
I understand that you have to be ready with your weapon,
Okay.
with your concealed weapon.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, it's like, why is it that every time you go and breach, you always assume that the people that you're breaching have a weapon.
Yeah,
You
automatically
know,
they put an arm and dangerous on you.
and then you don't even scout the house. You don't even scout the
Right,
property at
right,
that. You don't even like you just go straight in. Oh, this is where they at. This is the
right.
address. This is how we're gonna go in.
Man, my brother was telling me they just was shooting through the door, right?
I don't
I
think they
know I
were
heard
shooting
that
through the
they
door.
shot through the door, bro.
Mm-mm.
They didn't care who they shot.
They kicked it in. They kicked it in, and then as soon as they kicked it in, they went straight to them and they shot. They just fired shots.
And
And
then if I and then if I am mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the young man he thought he was being robbed. So he shot one of them or something like
yeah,
that, right?
they thought that's what they thought it was a home invasion.
They
So
thought it was a home invasion. Didn't they put
so
him in jail?
I think they both died, bro. Or I'm not sure what happened to him. I haven't
Okay,
really
okay,
heard anything about him, so I'm not even
okay.
gonna sit there and speak on him like that. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
definitely.
yeah, I think he fired around,
Yeah, because I mean he thought he was getting robbed.
and she was only asleep for a couple hours too, bro.
I mean, that's the foolishness I'm talking about, man. You know, those officers need to be fired and put in prison. I'm sorry. They need to be fired and put in prison, dude. They freaking killed that young lady for no reason.
What needs to happen to them is not up to me. But I do know justice needs to be served. I do
I
know
agree.
that they need to be made an example of as well.
Man, listen,
Because
I agree.
you know what's happening right now. Honestly though, bro, let me be real clear and honest.
You
Because
know
I know
what? You go ahead and say what you want to say. I mean, what you finna say right now, and then I got something that I need to say. Because I was listening to an interview today on a different platform, and yeah, I want to speak on that. So go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Like the biggest winner in all of this strategy right now. I mean, a tragedy that's happening. I
I
can't
got
even
you.
fucking
Yeah,
say the word right, but you know
you
what I
good.
mean.
You good. You good.
But
Tragedy.
yeah, tragedy. There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. The biggest winner in this whole thing
Uh-huh.
right now, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
is Mr. Colin fucking Kaepernick. My hat goes off to you
Yeah,
for
for
trying
real,
to
because
raise
this
awareness
is
to
what
this
he was
shit.
fighting for. This is exactly what he was fighting for. This is exactly what his protest was for, and it was
And,
a
and,
peaceful protest.
and I'll be honest with you, bro. I really feel like deep down in the bottom of my heart, who all needs to really be blamed for this is the NFL for shutting out that message that was trying to be put out there, bro.
Hey, I'm with you. I
Like,
totally agree.
I fucking love football, but
Yeah.
goddamn, you fucking billionaires, bro,
Yep.
y'all the fucking reason this shit is
Yep.
still going on right now because y'all
Yep.
shut the door on a very, very important fucking topic that
Right
needed
on.
to be talked about, that needed to be brought attention to. Y'all
Yep.
shut the door on that shit.
Yep.
You
Exactly.
feel me? Because
Exactly.
why? Because y'all felt like this man was not the right face to to bring up that subject.
Uh-huh.
Y'all felt like this man didn't earn the rights to use the platform that he was
Hmm.
blessed with
I
to
think that's what
bring
it was
light to
more
that
than
subject.
anything. I think that's what it was more than anything. They didn't want to use their platform for that. Now it's funny because they put out a statement and they was like, "Oh, the NFL this and the NFL that." You know, yeah, what the fuck ever. I know. Salute to Jamel Hill. She's a correspondent on ESPN, and she was saying,
Die hard 49er fanatic. Man, what's happening?
"Hey, she was saying NFL, y'all shut the fuck up." When it came down to y'all standing up for this same type of situation right here, because this is what Callan, let me explain something to you and explain something to anybody that don't understand at this point. Even though I know they do understand, they play like they don't understand so they can keep on doing the fuck shit that they do. Colin Kaepernick took a knee, and his full peaceful protest was for against police brutality. That's what it was
Only
for. It
only
had
thing,
nothing
only
to do.
thing,
Listen, hold
only
on.
thing
Give me
I
one
go
second.
ahead.
It had nothing to do with the flag, and it had nothing to do with the military. That was Trump that spent that whole thing and that turned it against him, where people started to feel like, oh, it was him kneeling against the flag and kneeling against the military. It had nothing to do with that. Trump spent that. he spent that like that.
Only thing that I
Period.
disagree with Colin Kaepernick, when you're trying to be a spokesman for certain things like that, there
Uh-huh.
are certain things you need to watch what you do.
Okay.
As far as like those socks, they were funny as shit. But you gotta leave shit like that for people like me to do. Somebody who doesn't have that fame yet. Somebody who's not that big of a who doesn't have a following like you do. You
Well,
feel
I'll tell
me?
you what, expound on what you're talking about, because I'm kind of lost on that.
He
I didn't see it.
one game during the whole kneeling thing they set him down, and he had one game that he wore some socks
Mm-hmm.
with what looks like Porky the Pig with a fucking cop uniform and a cop hat on. Like the whole
Mm.
sock was full of pigs with uniforms on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I understand the message. I know what you're saying. I mean, from the hood, we
Yeah,
call them
unfortunately,
pigs.
that probably hurt him more than it helped him.
It did. I
Yeah.
mean, you think about it, dog. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to support you, dude. And
Yeah.
like I said, you got to leave stupid shit like that for people like me who don't have no fucking fame, who don't have a big,
I can agree with that,
who's not
because they're gonna
trying to
fry
do the
him for
shit you
that.
do.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same way like the protesting going on right
Mm-hmm.
now. Like this ain't the people that are actually protesting that's doing all the bullshit. It's just people that are taking advantage of a good situation and turning that shit into a worse situation.
100%. I
You know what
mean,
I
bro,
mean?
it's already been on video. Number one, undercover cops, and number two, people that were hired to go out and bust windows and start, you know what I mean, and start up different riots and shit. It don't even have nothing to do with the protesters, bro. You know,
No.
this is people that was hired to do those things.
And seeing that's fucked up.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and
But
when
you
you
know why
do
they
shit
do
like
that
that,
though? They do that
what?
so they can, so they do that for the same reason, so they can go back and say, see, these are the people that we need to get off the streets. This is the reason why we need to call
Oh,
in the Coast Guard.
you talking
This is
about
the
as
reason
far
why
as
we need to
like
call in the military. That's
you
why they
talking
do
about
stuff
as
like
far as
that, so
like
they
the
can spin
police
it on the
department doing
protesters.
that shit?
Yeah,
You talking about the police department hiring people to do that shit?
yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure they are, bro,
yeah,
trying
definitely.
to spin that shit towards us. But
Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing.
again,
The one thing that
I
Steve, and
doubt.
salute to Steve Harvey. The one thing that Steve Harvey said, bro, he said that they've been doing that for years. Don't
They
think that
have.
that's a new thing. They've been hiring people to start riots, bro.
I mean, we all know that. I mean, like, think about it. How you think two countries go to war? You think they just, oh, bitch, you ain't giving me no missile. Let me come and take your shit. Nah, let's start a
Yeah,
war. We're gonna kill a couple of people. You're
yeah,
gonna kill a couple of our people, and that's gonna be what it is.
yeah.
We already know how the fucking system works, though. We ain't nothing
I
but
told,
fucking
hey,
pawn in a chess game, dude.
hey, I totally agree. So let me, so let me say this, before I forget. Okay, so salute to the Breakfast Club. I watch them every day. Shout out to DJ Envy, Charlemagne, and Angela Yee.
And shout out
Um,
to y'all, boy.
they had Rush Limbaugh on their show today. Now, come on, you already
Oh
know the type of
God.
person that Rush Limbaugh is. We know who this
Oh,
guy is. Okay,
that racist motherfucker who won't
okay,
get
and right,
appreciated.
exactly. But this is all that I wanted to say. Boy, I wish I could have called in so bad, because he said something that really touched me in that interview. He said, "What can I do to fix this situation, to help fix this situation?" And this is what I'm gonna say to him, and I hope that he could hear this shit one day, bro. Treat black and brown people like fucking equals. That's all we want, bro. All we want is equality. And what we asking for is not fucking wrong. Let me explain what equality means to the people that don't understand, even though they do understand, but they want to act like they don't understand so they can continue to keep doing bullshit. Equality means that when an unarmed black man gets shot by the police, that police officer, for no apparent reason now, for no reason, that police officer gets charged. You don't give him no slap on the wrist. His ass gets charged with first-degree murder, and you put his ass in prison, and you convict him, and you put his ass in prison. That's equality. Not when you give them a slap on the wrist after they shoot an unarmed black man for no damn reason. You see what I'm saying? All we want is equality. And I want to clear up something for the dumb fucks that said black people want to be treated like they're special. No, we don't. No, we don't, bro. No, we don't. All we want is equality. That's it. Treat us like fucking equals. It ain't. It's not fucking rocket science, bro. That's all we want. We don't
There's a
want to be
question
treated special. No
that
more, no less. All we want is equality. So my message to Rush Limbaugh is: you want to know what you can do to help combat some of this prejudice and all these racist ass people? You know what you can do? You can tell all your racist ass friends to treat black and brown people with equality.
you can tell them goddamn police to stop pulling bitches over.
Yeah, you could
You can tell
definitely
them
do
damn
that too.
police stop
Stop
running
trying to
fucking
reach your
tags.
quota and just pulling over black and brown people because they black and brown.
Yeah, that shit's
How about
irritating
that?
as fuck, bro. Like, damn,
Yeah.
bitch, we need to get paid too. Goddamn, you want to pull me over, or you gotta meet your quota? How much you gonna get me out of it?
Oh
All right,
man.
fuck,
Hey, I'll take a
shit.
couple of dollars,
Let's make
you
a
know.
deal, goddamn
you know. But
Fuck you mean?
just to get on a lighter note for a second, man. We ain't gonna make the whole podcast about that, but hey, man, current events happen and crazy shit happen, and we have to speak on it. But uh, uh, one thing that I do want to say is
My bad, man. I'm over here playing Madden, bro, and I'm in the Super Bowl right now, playing the fucking Cowboys. That's why I keep looking up.
no, you cool. One thing that I do want to say, man, is once again, man, R.I.P to all of those people that were just killed by the hands of the police for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just senseless murders, man. And another thing that I want to say too, stop always bringing up black on black crime. There is no such thing as black on black crime. Let me explain something to you. People normally kill the people that are closest to them. Why is it no such thing as white on white crime? You know why? Because that shit is a myth. It's some shit that they made up to continue to keep coming in our neighborhoods and killing us for no fucking reason. Okay? There is no such thing as black on black crime. I'm gonna clear it up again. People normally kill, get into shit, some shit might go down, and shit normally happens with people that see in your neighborhood. Point
Check
blank.
this shit out. Let me
And
see
guess what?
something.
White people kill white people too.
I got something for you, bro. I was
Go
reading
ahead.
something earlier,
Go
man.
ahead. But I just wanted to clear that up, man. Because they always like to bring that shit up.
Fuck, what was it? What was it? What was it?
Every time you notice that shit though, every time a black man's get killed, you know what I mean, by the hands of the police, they always bring up black on black crime. Always.
I'm
They
gonna
always
hit you
bring
up.
that shit up.
I'm gonna
So
hit you up
I
with
needed to clear that up for them.
I'm gonna hit you up with something that
Go
I
ahead.
don't think nobody, no black people has actually heard that. But before I hit you up with that is this little shit that I heard, the fam was fucking with me. They was like, why in the hell they always tell black people to go back where you come from?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I started thinking about it. If you tell me to go back to where I came from, I know where I come from.
Yeah.
But if I tell you white folks to go back where you come from, where the fuck do y'all come from?
They don't shit. They don't know. They don't
But
know.
so on that note, this was a address to the British Parliament on the 2nd of February, 1835. It was written by a gentleman by the name of Thomas Babington Macaulay.
Okay.
It is said, I have traveled across the length and breathed of India, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber that I do not think we could ever conquer this country unless we break their very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and her cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture, for if the Indians think that all is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them and truly dominate a nation. That was
Okay.
from an Englishman, bro.
Okay.
That is how they brainwash the Indians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
For sure.
if you listen correctly to what he said in the first couple of lines, he said he traveled across the length and breathed of India. And so he landed, he docked on India. At
Gotcha.
that time they was selling, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So his ship docked on India, and he never seen one person who begged, one person who went and stole. The wealth that they had in this country and the moral values,
Yeah.
those people that they could not break. The only way that they could break them is if they introduced them to their values, their culture,
Yeah.
to show them that their culture was greater than theirs.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it is the same thing they did in Africa,
Yeah.
which is how they were able to bring Africa to what it looked like
Uh-huh.
in the 90s and shit growing up, because nowadays Africa is back to being beautiful. I don't know if you've
Mm-hmm.
seen any pictures and shit, but
Yeah.
back in the 80s and 90s and shit, that is what
Well,
that's what
people go off of um the images that you be seeing on TV and shit. You know what I mean? Because think about it. When you think about Africa, this probably not how you feel when you think about Africa, but the first somebody think about Africa, bro, you think about what? Some 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 little boy standing there with flies all over his mouth, right? Because that's the images that they show us. Dude, Africa is beautiful. Now, I ain't never been
oh,
there,
of
but I've heard
course.
many people talk about it, and I've seen many pictures. And Africa is beautiful, bro. And you know what I'm saying? But that's the image that they like to show.
And you know what though, man, I've learned at an early age that we all are brainwashed.
Yeah,
I learned at an early age that you have to really watch what you say, how you say it, whom you say it to,
yeah.
how
Mm-hmm.
you walk, who you walk with, who you walk to, and all type of different rules to growing up, bro. And I mean, I know I'm not the only one who's been through all this shit. I know you've been through a
Yeah,
few things,
yeah,
you know.
definitely.
I'm sorry to bring that up, but you not your dad not really being around like he needed to be.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't really get all
Definitely.
those type of talks and shit like that.
Definitely.
And it was
Definitely.
the same thing with me as well. But the only difference is I had different guys, that
Mm-hmm.
I looked up to as a father, that I
Mm-hmm.
took this from, that from,
Right,
and
exactly.
then on top of that, we both grew up with strong mothers, man.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm thankful for the life that I live, bro. No,
Yeah.
regardless of what the fuck
For
I
real.
went through,
Mm-hmm.
I am thankful for where
Mm-hmm.
I am today, breathing, walking.
You
I'm doing most than what others can't do right
you
now.
you know what's funny? We was
Mm,
just it's something else that we was just talking about in the barbershop. That's funny. But
but
it's it's weird what they do to us. It's like systemically, bro. It was designed to keep our families spread it apart. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
like a single woman. A single woman can go get food stamps, Medicaid, and any other assistance that she want. But guess what? If it's a man around, they'll snatch all that shit away.
of
You
course.
see what I'm saying?
And I got pulled over.
Systemically, dude, that shit was set up like that, man.
I got pulled over in 2003 or 2004. I remember it because my son was just born. I believe it was 2003. I was leaving my mom's house over there in New Tampa, and I'm behind this fucking bus, the school
Uh-huh.
bus, and I didn't see the light.
Mm-hmm.
So when he passed, and I seen the light at the last minute, that bit was yellow, and that bit turned red right in the middle of my car.
Uh-huh.
Fucking police, I don't know where the fuck he came from. It was TPD, they patrol that area.
Uh-huh.
He pulls me over, he gets my license or whatever, blah, this car. He like, oh, you know your license suspended. I'm like, I didn't know that, but I'm on my way to work. You feel me? Had I known that, I would have found another way to work and stuff like that. So he was like, do you still live here? I said, no, I don't. That's my mom's address. I just recently moved not long ago. He was like, okay, what's your new address? Gave him all that shit, all the information. He comes back. That bitch told my son, you know I can get your mom in trouble, right? I said, what the fuck you talking about?
What that got to do? Go ahead.
This nigga had all the information, bro. Like, no, my mom was on Section 8 and everything, my nigga. Like,
Oh, yeah.
how the fuck?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because I'm still using her address, so technically I'm a grown man living there working.
Exactly.
I was like, man, you don't get the hell on with that bullshit, bro.
Exactly. We was just talking about that, man. It's like, see, dude, a single woman can go get all of these different things, but if it's a man, let a man come anywhere near, they will snatch all that shit from them, kid.
But see, I didn't like that shit, bro, because I felt like he threatened me right there. Like, matter of fact, he
that's
didn't
exactly
threaten me.
What he was doing.
He threatened my mom, but me being a scary 20-year-old that comes in contact with the law, I'm trying to stay the fuck out of jail, trying to keep my mama away from the shit. So I mind my manners. He was cool with me. I'm cool with him. He let me ride off. He was like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you ride off. Just let me take off first. But if if another officer pull you over, you know,
and it's out of my hands, ain't nothing I can do.
Right, but you can show them the ticket and shit, tell them what you're gonna do, and they could call me, I'll verify for you, but make sure you find a way to get your ass to work tomorrow and shit like that. Right. So he gave me a pass for the day. But it's just the shit that he said, bro, still till today, never stood right with me, bro. Like the older I got, the more I thought about it. I was like, you know what, mom, you need to get the fuck off this assistant shit. You could handle this shit.
100%.
This ain't nothing but a fucking trap.
This shit ain't nothing but a trap, bro.
You know,
that shit ain't nothing but a trap. Some shit where they tell you who can stay here and who can't.
Yeah, like
I'm the one paying this rent, not you. I'm paying this rent.
But I understand though, you asking them for help. So
you asking them for help. You're right.
They're sharks. It's like if you come to me and ask me for help, I got stipulations. You feel me? If I'm 37, bro. Yeah. If I'm fucking with a 20-year-old or whatever, and I get her ass a fucking apartment, get her a car, put money in her pocket week in and week out, make sure she get her shit right. She living lavish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I could tell you who the fuck I want in and out this house. If I catch a nigga in this bitch, guess what? You the fuck out. Right. All this shit you getting is taken away from you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
But speak, you know what? Since I said something about sugar daddy and sugar babies and all that shit, bro, I want to make a fucking song.
Okay.
I wanna call that bitch "Be My Slay Queen."
What that mean?
Yes, sir.
What that mean?
Okay. I be watching Family Feud like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Salute to Steve Harvey, man. That shit be funny.
My boy Steve fucked around and went back home to South Africa. He been doing the show out there and shit like that. So I've been learning a couple of South African words, bro. So if I'm asking the bitch to be my slay queen, I'm pretty much asking her to be my gold digger.
Hell no, you're gold digger.
That's what it means. Slay queen is a gold digger. So Steve was like, what the hell is a slay queen? Oh, a beautiful girl that don't do nothing.
Okay.
So gold digger. Bitch, the whole crowd went crazy, bro. So the next episode that I see, I'm like, I want to know what the fuck this is too. So they're like, Steve learns what was a blesser.
Okay.
So it's blesser, like I'm blessing her.
Oh, okay.
That means I'm her sugar daddy.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you could be my slay queen. I'ma be your blesser. You could be, hey. So
Hey,
I'm like,
that's
you know
wild as
what?
fuck.
So I'm like, I bet you if I fucked around and made a song and dropped that shit or just use that word somewhere somehow, only a motherfucker that know what that bitch mean will come back at me with that shit. Other than that, ain't nobody finna sit there and be like, ooh, that sounds nice. What that is?
I bet
You see that there?
like Davido.
Who?
Davido.
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 What the fuck?
He is I don't want to call him a singer, but he make like dance hall music. Davido.
Oh, he a Jamaican?
No, he Nigerian. From Nigeria.
So he don't make dance hall
Trust me,
then.
he make dance hall records. But trust me, you've heard his records before. He got what's the name? He got the one called Fall. Money fall on you, banana fall on you, something like that. But trust me, he got a lot of good records,
You
man.
say he Nigerian?
Yeah, he made a song with Ray Schumer that was jamming.
Cause I know they got a version of dance hall, but it's not called dance hall. It sounds like dance hall.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? It's just like a Caribbean vibe. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But yeah, he dope though. I like David though.
Davido
Yeah.
or Devi.
It's DA.
Danny, no.
It's either Davido or Davido. I know what he was just like pronounce it however you want to. So
Damn.
because I know when he was on the show, because salute to the Breakfast
So
Club.
this
I
nigga
watched
name.
I watched the Breakfast Club every day.
So pretty much
So
this
he was
nigga
like,
named
"Hey man, you
David.
can call me Davido, you can call me Davido. It's cool."
So pretty much this nigga named David.
Exactly. His name is David. Yeah, man. Dog got some jamming ass music.
Yeah, it's not I don't think it's dance hall.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it'll probably be classified as a dance hall song in the U.S. genre,
Uh-huh.
but I think
Banana fall on you. That's my shit too.
they got it's a different name for it.
Salute the wifey, man. Wifey be turning me on to all that Caribbean vibe shit.
Oh nigga, you should have been on that shit, man. You got a
Yeah,
homeboy that's
I probably
Caribbean,
should
bro.
have,
What
but
the
you know
fuck?
what? She
You
got
know what?
Spotify.
You know what?
She got Spotify, man. So
bro.
I
Fuck that
think it's
shit,
like
bro.
every week,
Fuck that shit, bro.
they bring up all
Fuck
the
that
new
shit.
music.
I feel some type of way now, nigga. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that shit. Fuck you, nigga. I don't give a damn who says what. I feel some fucking type of way now, nigga. You got a homie, bro. How long we've known each other, my nigga?
Nigga, say what we always say, since sperm. Since
Bruh, you might as well, dog. Let me see. Hold on. What? About 12, 13?
Probably. I know we'll still stand in the projects.
Shit, nigga, that's about 30 years, bitch.
Yeah, it's been a minute, boy. You know
Yeah,
how I
close to
go,
30.
nigga. All my closest friends, I could count them on my hands. Everybody else just associates.
See, and that's why the fuck I feel some type of way, nigga. You know I'm from the Caribbean, my nigga. Shit.
Nigga, I know where
The
you from.
fuck? Bitch, you should have been on that shit
Stop, I
with me,
say,
bro.
nigga. Stop, I say.
Not football, motherfucker. You hear me, motherfucker. That
Hey,
bullshit.
for
Oh,
real. Shout
shout
out to
out to
all the Haitians
wifey.
out there.
She put me on this shit, nigga. Nigga, you know what? You should have been on that, dog. Like,
yeah, man. It's another cat named Conscience too. He be making
but you know
good
what though?
music.
It's okay. It's okay though. It's okay though. Cause see, the more I think about it, the more I can forgive you, my brother.
Hey.
I don't want to be the reason why you get on another man's dick. You feel me, dog?
I know. No, I don't feel you. I don't subscribe to none of the shit that you're talking about
nigga,
right now.
No, bro, please. I don't need you to feel me. I'm sorry, bro. Poor choice of word at the moment. I don't need you to feel.
I mean, pause. What what you just said, that was weird as fuck.
No, nigga, it wasn't weird, bitch. Cause, bro, oh man, nigga, get up off that nigga dick, bro. Like, come on. How many times we done said that shit, bro? You be on, bro. Oh man, this dude here. Bruh, get off that
I
dick,
see what
bro.
you talking about. You talking about riding a nigga dick. Like, damn, nigga, get off that nigga dick. Calm
down. Get off that dick, bro.
Right.
Bro. That dick ain't that good, my nigga. Get off that.
What?
Bruh.
I almost slipped up and told you about some wild shit that happened last night, but you know
Oh,
what?
nigga, I
No,
don't think
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think you want to do that on here.
no, no, no. You almost got me, buddy.
But
You
I think,
almost
hey,
got me.
what, hey, you know, I don't think I want to hear my nigga.
No,
It
no,
sound like a
no,
private snap moment.
no, no, no.
It sound
We
like a
won't
private Snapchat
divulge
moment.
life. We're not gonna divulge that. We're not gonna do that. Anyway.
Bro, I done got up since like 4:30, almost 5 o'clock,
Uh
and I've been smoking all day since
huh.
5:30, no 5:20 this morning, bro.
Uh huh.
Nigga, I ain't gonna sit here and cap. I know I'm not the only motherfucker that do this shit. So if a bitch out there want to judge me, nigga, you a fucking lie.
Nigga, I ain't smoked in like 15 years, so
Nah, hey, bro, check this out, bro. Check this out,
yeah.
though. Here's my routine, bro.
Uh huh.
My alarm rings at 5:30. Sometimes I wake up, 30 minutes before that, and I just
Uh
stay up.
huh.
Sometimes I take my ass back to sleep, but I'm at the house. I'm at the house about 6:10, 6:15 every morning. Before I even brush my fucking teeth, my nigga, I come straight into my office, roll me a blunt, go back to the bathroom in the room,
Uh
stick my ass on the toilet till the whole blunt is smoked.
huh.
Wipe my ass, jump in the shower.
Hey.
Hold on, bro. Jump in the shower.
Now, how many people out here do the same shit that he talking about? Y'all
Oh,
comment below.
bro,
Comment if you do the same shit,
it's a lot of motherfuckers that do that shit. So after the shower, dry off, get cleaned up, put on my clothes and everything. And before I walk out the bathroom, bro, I promise you the last thing I do is fucking brush my teeth and gargle some Listerine, my nigga, and go back and roll another blunt. After I do that, that second blunt tastes so fucking fresh, my nigga. Not there was anything wrong with the first blunt, but the first blunt was just a wake up.
Wake and bait, wake and bait.
Yeah, if you want to say that.
Yeah, for sure.
If that's what you want to call it, wake and bait. What the fuck did I do with that goddamn blade? Nah, bro. See, that nigga need to stop smoking, bro. I'm lying. I'm tripping like a bitch right now. Hey, but yeah. So I roll that blunt, I smoke it. I'm in my office. I'm either watching TV or I'm playing the game or I'm getting shit set up before I leave, so I can come back later on and get rolling. And while I'm smoking the second blunt, I'm rolling the third. Now I put out. Check this out.
What you have, about 5 blunts before you go?
No, nigga, I'm counting right now, live, nigga. I'm counting on air.
Go ahead.
So the second blunt is being smoked. My third one is being rolled. I put out the second blunt when it's about like this shit. And put the bitch in my wallet. I light up the third blunt so I can continue smoking.
Why you do that? Why you like that? Cut that one off.
So that bitch would be in my wallet while I'm working, nigga. I could be smoking.
Oh, you just got it all. Hey, listen now. Don't be giving up too much right now. Don't give up too much right now.
Man, we about to get rich, bro. So what the fuck we do is all damn nigga.
Hey, that's how you should think, boy. That's how you should think.
I'm like,
gonna get us a deal with Spotify.
I'm like this, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard a nigga go down for any kind of crime. Well, I ain't gonna say any kind of crime. But I ain't never heard a nigga act stupid while he was intoxicated under marijuana.
I totally agree.
Now, bitch, you get drunk. Bitch, I done been locked up with motherfuckers who done got drunk and went next door with a butter knife trying to stab their next door neighbor thinking they sleeping with their wives. Bro, first off, why a butter knife, nigga? You're gonna be struggling to be stabbing a bitch with that shit.
Finna say, who you stabbing with a butter knife?
And then I don't even think it was a butter knife though. I think it was a fucking spoon. He was so drunk thinking it was a
So you telling me this cat was so drunk he tried to kill a bitch with a spoon?
Bro, he went next door to his next door neighbor house, bro. Like literally kicked that man dope shit in and trying to kill him with a fucking spoon for thinking he was sleeping with his wife. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker.
He was.
The nigga didn't have a wife.
Oh. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Nigga ain't had no wife.
Bro, I asked him, and you know, it was so fucking hilarious. A little Mexican cat too, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting here just talking to him. Ain't nobody trying to fuck with him right now. So I'm trying to be like, hey, you know, hey, puppy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be nosy just like everybody else. Why you in here? Hold on. Hey,
translate this for a second, yeah. Shout out to all my Mexicans too, man.
He went next door to his neighbor house with a butter knife, trying to stab him. I was like, huh?
Damn.
Well,
that's a horrible way to go. A bitch got to try to gnaw you to death.
Bro, he said he think his neighbor was cheating with his wife. I said, oh damn, that's fucked up, bro. I would have probably tried to kill that nigga too. I said, he said then when they asked him, we went and looked at the kiosk, right? This nigga was charged with a burglary, an assault with a weapon.
With a fucking butter knife.
Bitch, it wasn't even no deadly weapon, bro. It was a fucking
it was just weapon.
Weapon. And then they listed the weapon as a spoon.
Hell no.
And then they asked they was like, the reason why, because he assumed that the victim was cheating with his wife, with his alleged wife. The alleged wife does not live in what the fuck that shit said?
They don't live in a residence.
Pretty much saying that the alleged wife he talked about was non-existent.
Damn. So he must have been hallucinating, nigga. He must have been drinking that goddamn like some tiger bone or some wild shit, bro.
Nah, I think that nigga ate that worm from that bottle.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. He was probably hallucinating. He was fucked up, bro. Let me tell you something. You got to be pretty fucked up to think that you gonna stab and kill somebody with a butter knife.
No, nigga, you got to be pretty fucked up to think that you still got a fucking wife when you living single, bitch.
Oh my God, he probably been divorced for 10 years.
Who knows? I know. Hey, I know he is now.
hey, and on that note, man, we're gonna go ahead and close this thing out, man.
Yeah, man, because I need to get back to my Super Bowl, though. I need to beat them Cowboys' ass. Them 11-5 motherfuckers putting it on me right now.
Hey, we had a great show. Once again, man, I want to say R.I.P. to George Floyd. R.I.P. to Breonna Taylor. And I want to apologize if I forgot your name, but you rest in peace as well. Yeah, man, it's just a mess up situation, man. And you know, we got to get this thing under control. We got to figure this thing out. But yeah, that's our show, y'all. We appreciate y'all for stopping by once again. I am your boy Kato. That's Mav, and this is the Convo with Mav and Kato. We love y'all. See you later, baby.
I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I don't love y'all.